Good morning.
Hi. You thought I wasn't coming back, but here I am.
And here I am with
It-
broken arms.
It's been multiple weeks, I think, since we last recorded commentary on one of these.
Pretty much.
But it was last week that I actually uploaded the last episode.
And I've messed my hands up even more working at the depot.
The only thing you've missed is off recording, I went and I rearranged my materia and actually equipped materia on everyone instead of just not having it equipped. Because if you remember, Barrett was actually missing a materia in one of his slots. So now he has materia in all his slots.
We fix it in post.
Something like that. Anyway, so we killed the materia keeper, and now we are heading west again. Northwest. We're kind of going around this bend here. Some, regular old enemies here.
Tough. I can't decide if it's a frog or a dragon.
I don't know what it is. I'm sure it has a stupid name, too.
It's a Fragon.
It's a Fragon.
Yes, Cloud, what is that?
Well, I looked up what the frog dragon's called, and sure enough, it's dumb. The
Dumber than...
frog dragon is called Velcher Task.
Damn, that's even worse than what I came up with. Not really. It's so bad.
Alright, so we are in the town of Rocket, also known as Rocket Town. This is the inn. We slept here.
Yeah, no privacy. Oh, unless that's like male and female sides of the, bed.
Sure. God, I thought that mouse was in the recording, and it was my mouse over here. Right, so this is a shop. It's a weapon shop. Doesn't really have anything worthwhile, kind of.
Oh, I thought it was a shop for Barrett.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And just Barrett.
so we've got gold armlets, so we don't need to buy the gold armlets here. I do stop right here and reconsider a purchase in the weapon shop. So I go back and I buy one of those earrings, because the earrings give 10 magic, and I put that on Yuffie so she's got a little bit more magic power for her healing spells. So this old man is talking about this rocket here, Shinra number 26.
Are we
And-
hijacking the rocket?
Does this thing look hijackable to you?
It doesn't stop ISIS. With all
Okay.
their garbage. Anyway.
So, if you look at the rocket with the old man, he gives you the Yoshiyuki, which is a sword for Cloud. It has a very high attack stat, but unfortunately, it only has 2 materia slots, so we're not going to use it right now. Anyway, come in here. It's the item shop. They sell, you know, your generic items. Oh, but what are these? We don't need the barrier material because we already have White Guard, which gives us, or not White Guard, Big Guard. I just combined White Wind and Big Guard. Anyway, we already have Big Guard, so we don't need barrier because we get barrier from that. We don't need time because we already have a time materia, so we just get the only remaining materia that's there. And also, we can't afford everything because we're always broke. So in here, there is a another power source. I'm holding on to these for later on. The sources. I think I mentioned it before, but in case I didn't, basically using one of those sources, like the Lux source, power source, etc., will increase the stat that it's associated with by 1 permanently.
Mm.
So these people want some excitement. You live underneath a rocket that is tilted to one side. I don't know what's more exciting than that. Oh, we got a drill arm. I wonder who it's for. Oh, it's for Barrett. It's another one of those unlinked double growth weapons. Here we have a terrorist arsenal, a dune buggy, and a little model rocket, and there's an AK in there as well. So, I couldn't remember if you go to the rocket first, and then you go back to that house, or if you go through the house and then go to the rocket. So, I started to go to the rocket, and I decided that I was gonna go back to the house, because it was closer, and I didn't want to go all the way up to the rocket, and then realized I had to go to the house first. So, I'm just gonna go to the house, because aside from that house being, you know, full of cool stuff, you have to go into the backyard in the house. Of course, I also didn't remember if you had to run around the back of the house to get to the backyard or through the house, because I'm dumb. So, I just started talking to people. So you start to get a sense of what exactly Rocket Town is, as far as its origins. It seems to have been a town built by the engineers that were working on the rocket when the rocket was operational. So this is the door I'm supposed to go through, which leads back to this air vehicle. This is a plane called the Tiny Bronco.
Just totally gonna steal it.
We thought about it. So we learned from Shira here that, or Shira? What do you think? Shira? President Rufus is coming to Rocket Town. So Captain's in the rocket, you know, getting it prepared for Rufus to show up, hoping that he will reinstate the rocket program.
The T-26 over there?
This is the Shinra number 26 rocket. It's a rocket. So this is El Capitan. His name is Sid. That's right, it's this Final Fantasy's Sid.
Oh!
So now we get to learn about the rocket.
As long as it's not a red rocket.
So presumably this is the 26th rocket prototype.
Damn them all to hell!
Seems like Sid really wanted to go to space.
He wants to get off this shit planet.
Every day it tilts a little bit more. Why would you build a town around a rocket that's just sitting here tilting every day? We'll just leave him alone. Since he's all sad, he can't stop us from taking the tiny Bronco.
Oh.
Yeah, he said we could have the plane. We could take it.
Totally.
Sid has anger issues. Alright, well, so Sid's going to play with his tiny Bronco, and we're going to just talk to Scientist Lady. She's going to tell us a story. We're flashing back again.
But oxygen is important.
This is what he's launching into space in. Doesn't have a spacesuit or anything. Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay. Oh no, she wants to die.
Just like everyone that was born after the 90s.
After the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually more like the 80s, I would say.
I don't want to die. Tank number 7? There were only 6 tanks in that room.
Turn it off, you fuck.
But he really wants to go to space.
She obviously wants his D.
I like how also no one else cares that she's going to die.
At least that was better than North Korea's rockets. Shit. Should have just canceled to avoid all of this.
So not only did they build a town underneath this tipped over rocket, it's still probably filled with rocket fuel. So when it
Tons of
finally
rocket
does
fuel.
tip over, it's gonna explode and destroy and murder everyone in that town. Also, if those were solid rocket boosters, he wouldn't have been able to do that.
What, shut off the engine mid-flight?
Mm-hmm. Just like Kerbal Space Program. Yo, foot off the table, dude. So Palmer is here now. Palmer, if you remember, was one of the, like, Shinra executives that we see around everywhere. He was the head of the Shinra space program. So I guess him and Sid are acquainted.
Buddies.
Who puts lard in tea?
People who want to be fat.
Oh, hey, it's Rufus. And he
God damn it,
wants
Rufus.
he wants Sid's tiny Bronco. Now, I'm no math magician, but it seems to me if Rufus wants the tiny Bronco and Sid doesn't want him to have it, we should take it. So then Sid doesn't have to worry about it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, see, this makes sense. It's not rocket surgery. I was super excited for a moment there. I thought she was going to be like, you want the tiny Bronco, right? You should go take it before they do. But no, she's like, oh, Palmer's going to take it. You should go talk to him about it. And now, we're in a boss fight. We're fighting Palmer.
Oh my god. He looks like such a tool.
So if you remember from the Materia Keeper fight, Chocomog has the great ability of casting Stop on your enemies, so now he's frozen in place.
Good. He deserves it.
He's a really simple boss. He's got about 6,000 health. And, yeah, his attacks are pretty low. So we're just gonna pummel him for as long as we can before the stop wears off. I thought I could have timed it so that he would unstop right as Chocomog came to stop him again, but I mistimed it, so
Rip.
only got one stop out of it. The plane.
It's like,
And that's the Palmer fight. Not sure how they got that truck into Sid's backyard, but...
Kind of reminds me of in one of the Indiana Jones movies where pushes the Nazi into a propeller blade.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we have absconded with the tiny Bronco. However, I don't think anybody's piloting it right now. So it's pretty amazing the maneuvers that is accomplishing here.
No, Sid's just obviously remote controlling it from his ass.
That's where I keep my remote.
Yeah, see? Look.
Oh, well, so much for that. That was a pretty smooth landing.
Yeah, considering you crash in the middle of the ocean. Usually it just flips over each other and, or itself and, you know, everything's dead.
Yep. Well, Sid doesn't know what to do now, and I guess since we gave him a name, he can join our party. Okay, so our next stop will be the Temple of the Ancients. However, now that we've got a hold of Sid's tiny Bronco, there are a number of side things that we can do. So kind of like when we got the buggy, the next episode is going to basically be a whole lot of just shit to do with the tiny Bronco.
Like fixing it, getting all the water out, letting it dry.
Nah, you don't fix this thing ever. It's a boat, and that's all you use it for.
Damn. We already have a boat with wheels.
No, that thing can cross rivers. This can go through shallow water and rivers. See?
So when do we get the one that goes to deep water?
Later. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Next time will be like all the fancy cool things you can do now that we have this thing. You know, a lot of ancillary side stuff, you know, all that. So yeah. Until then, this has been Final Fantasy VII, and I'm filling time because there's 20 seconds on this title card, and I gotta do it. Good night.
Good night.